So this is the true story of three young sisters ages 16, 14, and 12 that tragically all fell to their ends from their 9th floor apartment balcony. And instead of looking into what actually went wrong inside of that house, the father is going on the news and blaming K-pop and video games. You heard that right. The dad is claiming his 3 daughters stopped their own lives because they were obsessed with wanting to be South Korean and because he took their phones away, which is absolutely crazy, but let's get into the story. So on February 4, 2026 at about 2:15 in the morning, an older neighbor was out for a walk and saw a young man just staring up at the sky completely frozen. When the neighbor looked up 80 feet in the air, he saw figures moving around on a 9th floor balcony in the dark. Seconds later, there were 3 loud sounds, almost like explosions. The 3 Kumar sisters had fallen. Now some people instantly thought this was a tragic accident. Maybe one sister slipped and the other 2 tried to save her, but the police quickly ruled that out. Inside of the girl's bedroom, investigators found an 8-page note mixed with Hindi and English. It was titled True Life Story with the sad emoji. Next to it was a shared diary with words "Read now" written across the front, and written directly on their bedroom wall were the words "I'm very, very alone. My life is very, very alone. Make me a broken heart." This was planned, but the real question is why. So this is where the father's story starts getting super shady. As soon as the news hit, the dad started giving interviews, but he showed almost zero emotion. He was weirdly calm and he kept changing his story. First, he told the media that the girls had severe phone addiction. He said he took their phones away and they were so mad that they jumped. But then it came out that the 3 girls were actually sharing just one single phone and they had only owned it for about 3 to 6 months. It just doesn't add up that a newly shared phone would cause all 3 sisters to do this. So then the dad changes his story. He says actually they were playing a scary task-based video game online and ordered them to do it. Think of those old internet rumor games, but when reporters asked him to name the game and explain the tasks, he couldn't name a single one. And when the police checked the mother's phone, which the girls had tried to use that night, they found zero evidence of any game. So the dad changes his story a 3rd time. He starts telling reporters that his daughters were dangerously obsessed with South Korea. He claims they gave themselves the names Maria, Lisa, and Cindy. He said they wanted to dress Korean, loved K-dramas, and that he forced them to delete their YouTube channel 10 days earlier. He went as far as demanding the government to ban all Korean content in India. He was trying to point the finger at anything except himself. But here's what was actually going on inside of that house, and it's kind of disturbing. The Kumar family is not your normal family. The dad is illegally married to 3 different women, and they all live together in that same apartment. To make it even weirder, his first 2 wives are biological sisters. So the dad used to be a businessman, but he lost everything in the stock market. Reports say he's anywhere from $15,000 to $115,000 in debt. In our neighborhood where people make maybe $5,000 a year, that is a massive amount of money. Because of the shame, the dad completely shut his family away from the world. 3 girls were totally isolated. They dropped out of school in 2020. That means the 12-year-old hadn't been in the classroom since she was about 7. They had zero education for 5 years. The dad recently hired a tutor, but the tutor quit almost immediately because the 16-year-old couldn't even do basic math or copy letters from a book. They rarely ever went outside. They were essentially trapped. And remember that diary that the girls left behind? The dad wants everyone to believe it's just filled with K-pop stuff, but leaked parts of the diary tell a much darker story. One page reads, "The end is better for us than your beatings." Another line says, "Do we live in this world to get hit by you?" There's also a terrifying line where the girls write, "The mention of marriage caused tension in our hearts." This has led a lot of people online to believe that the dad who was drowning in debt was planning to force his young daughters into marriages to pay off his loans. But it gets even worse. This is not the first time someone has met their end at this apartment. 11 years ago in 2015, the dad's live-in girlfriend fell to her end from the exact same 9th floor balcony. She was partially clothed and screamed before she fell. The police closed that case, saying she self-exited, but the fact that the 3 girls just fell from the exact same spot, it's a massive red flag. Neighbors told police about a really creepy detail from the night the girls fell. Right after it happened, the dad and one of his wives got in the elevator to go down to the ground floor, and a neighbor was in the elevator with them. The neighbor said the dad was completely quiet, stone cold silent, just staring ahead. Meanwhile, the wife was screaming at him, crying, and physically hitting him the entire ride down. When they got to the ground, she rushed to cover the girls with a scarf and then turned around and kept hitting the dad. Why was she so angry at him in the exact moment? What did she know? Well, this is an ongoing case, and right now police are still investigating, but a lot of people are demanding the dad be arrested for severe neglect, at the very least. What do y'all think?